Great. Okay. Let's see, can I do that? All right, so if you have blocks, they're always nice to use. It's always a nice feature to have them if you have them. And come to the center of your mat, find your comfortable seated position. And then go ahead and start to wobble side to side, finding your two sit bones down on the ground. And then think about, once you press them down, wiggling yourself straight up so that your shoulders are over your hips and you're sitting nice and tall. Shake your arms out a little bit and then let them relax onto your lap. From here, we're going to start to take some slow, deep breaths in and some long, slow exhales out. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes or gaze softly down at the ground in front of you. As you settle into your practice tonight, let go of what's happened so far today. Put it off to the side. We'll spend the next 60 minutes together, synchronizing our movements with our breath, becoming aware of our bodies, aware of how we're moving through space, aware of how we feel tonight. Continue to slow your breath down. Notice any sounds or movement going on around you, and just let go of it. We're going to stretch our fingers out to the side, tapping them on the ground so your arms get a nice stretch. And then on your inhale, lift your fingers all the way up so they touch over your head. And then on your exhale, turn your wrists and press your palms down to the ground, pressing everything away. Inhale, reach up, breathe in. And then exhale, press everything away. Inhale, gaze up. Maybe this time you gaze up at your fingers. And then exhale all the way down. Keeping your right palm on the ground, lift just your left arm all the way up. And then as you exhale, bend over to the right. Stretching through your left side. Breathing here. Float your left fingers all the way down. Lift your right arm up all the way up. And then exhale. Reach all the way over and breathe. Come back to center. We're going to inhale, float to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale, float to the left. Exhale to center. So moving on your own breath, finding some fluid motion side to side. Gorgeous. Starting to wake up your torso. One more, even it out. And then bring your hands to your knees. You're going to roll your shoulders, open your heart forward, and then exhale, round your spine. A seated cat-cow. Inhale, roll and open forward. Exhale, round and back. This time when we come forward, we're going to start to move in a circle like a coffee grinder. Rolling around. Moving your chest forward, side, back. Lovely. And then we're going to switch directions next time you're in front and go in the other direction. So you're rotating your torso. You're maybe rolling your shoulders, adding in some extra movement if it feels good. And then come back to your neutral spine. We're going to gently walk our fingertips forward, bringing our chin to our chest and letting our forehead come all the way down. Stretching out your lower back, your spine. And then walk yourself back up to seated. We're going to slowly make our way into our tabletop position, lining ourselves up, knees under our hips, hands under our shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Breathe here. Take your right arm, lift it all the way up. Rotate your wrist. And then on your exhale, bring it through, bringing your right ear down to the mat, coming all the way through. Breathe here. And then when you press back up, extend the right arm back up and then float it down. Other side, lift your left arm up, rotate your wrist. Annalie, why don't you go here so you can,
That way?
yeah. And then you won't be on the camera.
Oh, I didn't want to.
And then exhale, bring your left ear down. Breathe here. And then float your left arm all the way back up. Return your hand. All right, let's do that again. Float your right arm up. Rotate the wrist in the other direction. Exhale, thread the needle all the way through, right here on the mat. Now this time, roll onto your right shoulder just a little bit. Walk your left fingertips forward, stretching through your left arm. Check your hips. Are you still pressing evenly into both knees? You have a little twist in your torso. Maybe your knees are reaching back to your heels. You're feeling this twist and stretch through your body. Let your left hand come back, press yourself back up, reach your right arm into the sky, and then float it back down. Reach your left arm up, rotate your wrist in one direction. And then on your exhale, thread the needle, come all the way down and through. Roll onto the outer edge of that left shoulder underneath. Walk your fingertips out. Walk them out, walk them out, walk them out. And then consciously press both shins down into the mat. Let your hips reach up and back. You're not going to touch your heels, but you want them to go in that direction. Nice. And now walk your hand back. Press yourself up, reach up to the left and float that left hand down. Let your hips shake out right to left, left to right. So reach your right foot back, pressing your right toes in. We're going to open our heart and then we're going to exhale. So we're going to do our cat-cow with our right leg reaching straight behind us. So it's a little different. It's a little same. One more time, open your heart, exhale, round, return your right knee, shift your weight side to side if you need to, and then reach your left leg behind you. Open your heart, exhale, round. Open your heart, exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Return your knee underneath you. I'd like you to try curling your toes underneath and then seeing if you can sit yourself back. So your hips are coming to your heels, your toes are spreading underneath you. If you can, sit up. This is going to put a lot of pressure on your feet. So if you need to stay leaning forward and have some pressure in your arms, that is perfectly fine. If not, see if you can come up to this nice straight position. Think about getting nice and tall. Stretching through the bottoms of your feet, stretching out your toes. It's a lot. Breathe through it. A little bit of discomfort. And then walk yourself back to your tabletop position. Keeping your toes curled, start to peel your hips up, coming into your downward facing dog. Nice and slow. Pedal your feet right, left, left, right. Nice. Get your head between your arms. Lengthen your spine. And then reach your heels back. Hold your down dog for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. On your next inhale, pull forward to high plank. Exhale, drop your knees, press your heels back. Keep your forearms lifted, an active child's pose. Come back through tabletop to downward facing dog. We're going to do that a few more times. So pull forward to plank. Drop your knees. Shift your hips back, active child's pose. Come into tabletop, lift to down dog. Pull forward to plank. It's a little dance. Lower your knees, shift your hips back. Come through tabletop into downward facing dog. And breathe here. Look forward at your hands and start to slowly walk your feet. Little tiny steps up to the front of the mat. Letting your head hang heavy. Reaching for opposite shoulders. Bend your knees slightly. And then gently sway side to side. Should feel good stretching on your lower back. And then release your fingers, pressing down, slowly roll up. 1 vertebra at a time, stacking your spine. Letting your head come all the way up. Absolutely last. So inhale, bring your arms up overhead like we did when we were seated. And then exhale, press everything away. Inhale, bring it all up. Exhale, press it away. Now, bring your left arm up and over. And then you're going to switch, bringing your right arm up and over. So it's similar to what we were doing seated. Flowing side to side. Getting in a nice side bend. Beautiful. And then come back to center. Inhale, bring everything up. We'll do some sun salutations. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, hands on your thighs, nice and long. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right leg back. Reach up, coming into high lunge. Exhale, down. Step your left leg back to plank. Hold your plank here. And now lower your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest and chin. Slide your hands out to 10 and 2, press into your fingertips and open up into a wider baby cobra. And then melt back down. Shift back into your tabletop. Curl your toes under, come back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, low lunge. Step your left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, right back down again, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, hands on your thighs or your shins, but think about getting a nice long back. Exhale, fold back down. Step your right foot back, coming into your low lunge. Breathe here, reach your heel back. Inhale your arms up, high lunge. Exhale your fingers back down, step back to plank. Hold here for a breath. And now drop your knees, lower your chest and chin. Slide your hands out to 10 and 2, and then press up into a wider baby cobra. So your arms are a little bit wider, your elbows are reaching away from you, and then exhale back down. Press into tabletop, making your way into downward facing dog. Step your right foot up, low lunge. Step your left foot up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, your hands down by your side. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back, low lunge. Maybe you rock back and forth a little bit here. Inhale up, high lunge. Breathe here. See if you can hold on to your left wrist and bend just a little bit to the right, keeping your hips squaring forward. And then come back to high lunge, float your hands down. Left hand stays connected, right arm comes up into your twist. Beautiful. And bring your right hand down, slide your right foot back into plank. Take a breath here. You can lower knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, halfway down chaturanga. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Now remember, during that vinyasa flow, you can take a child's pose. You can go straight to down dog. It is completely up to you. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward, back into our forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, and then press down, rise all the way up to stand. Fingers tap. Exhale, right back down again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your right leg back, coming into your low lunge. Breathe here. Reach on up, high lunge. And once you have your balance, you can reach around your right wrist and bend over to the left. Stretching through the right side body this time. And then reach back up, float your fingers down, step back to plank, hold your plank. Take your version of your vinyasa, so knees, chest, chin. Maybe it's a half push-up, maybe you do 3 push-ups. And then we all meet in downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, followed by your left, coming back into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. I forgot the twist on that side, but it's okay. We're gonna do it again anyway. You'll live with, we'll make it longer, a little bit longer to the next time. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Plant your hands. Step back with your right foot. Breathe here in your low lunge. Make sure your hips are squared. Your left knee is over your left ankle. And then when you're ready, rise up to your high lunge. Breathe here. Open your arms out into your T position. And then see if you can drop your left arm down as you bring your right arm up and over to the left. A little more balancing than when you hold on to your wrist. Come back to your T-shaped arms. Bring your hands all the way down. Plant your right hand, twist up and open to the left. All right, we're gonna stay here for a couple extra breaths since we skipped this on the last side. Reaching your right heel back. lifting your thigh away from your kneecap. And now float your left hand down. Slide your left leg back to plank. Take your version of your vinyasa. So if it's knees, chest, chin, baby cobra, tabletop, and into downward facing dog, which is where we will all meet. And then you're gonna step your right foot forward, step your left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand all the way up. Let your fingers touch as you exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back this time. We're in our low lunge. Now think about getting your right knee over your right ankle. Take a moment here, and when you're ready, lift up to your high lunge. From this high lunge, we're gonna open our arms into our T position. And then we're gonna drop our right arm, lift our left arm, and then bend over to the right. A little more wobbly, but you can do it. And then come back, arms to T. Float your fingertips down, plant your left hand, twist up to the right. And then bring the right hand down, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa. Take your time. And we will meet in downward facing dog. So slide your left foot forward, slide your right foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And exhale your hands down by your side. So find a position where you're standing. You might want to face me. Where you're standing hip distance apart. And I want you to sit back into your chair pose. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths, and then we're going to stand right back up again. And then we're going to sit back down. So we're going to ease our way into this tonight. And stand back up. This time we're going to stay down a little bit longer. So be ready. Sit back. Reaching your arms away from you, letting your shoulders relax from your ears. Drawing your navel in, lengthening your tailbone. And stand back up. Take a breath. Inhale, sit down. This time, draw your hands to heart center. We're going to breathe in, and on our exhale, we're going to twist, bringing our left elbow over to our right knee. Looking up over our right shoulder. Maybe you can spread your arms, reaching them away, opening your wings. If not, hold them here, working on twisting your torso. And then slowly come back to center. Stand yourself back up. Let your arms come down by your side. Take a breath. And then inhale, sit back down. Draw your hands to heart center. Lengthen your spine on your exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Breathe here. Maybe you can open your arms, spreading them, twist, finding that space in your torso, twisting around your spine, and then come back to center and stand back up. See if you can stand still for a moment, letting your fingertips relax at your side, letting your breath relax if it got a little erratic during our chair pose series. And breathe. Nice. Bring your feet closer together if that's more comfortable for you. Otherwise, keep them where they are. Inhale, reach your arms up. We're going to do a nice slow flow. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, bow down. Letting your head hang heavy. Slide your right leg back behind you. You're in your low lunge. Square your hips. Get your left knee over your left ankle. Reach your arms out in front of you so you're in a power lunge. Your spine is on a 45-degree angle. You're going to hold here and then squeeze your glutes to come all the way up into your high lunge. Stay here. Take a few more breaths. From here, we're going to turn our back foot and open into a warrior two. Nice. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Go ahead and do that. Straighten your legs, bring your hands to touch, flying warrior, and then exhale back into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Stay here for a couple breaths. We're going nice and slow, which could be better or it can be worse. You never know. And then bring your left arm all the way to your left thigh, bringing your right arm down and up. Holding your right arm by your right ear, reaching into your triangle pose. You got it. Now from here, we're going to take our right hand down to the ground. We're going to walk towards the right, turning our left toes, coming into a forward fold. Keep walking your hands to your right foot and bend into a side lunge. Facing there. Yeah, there you go. And now walk your hands through center, bend your left knee. Side lunge. So rocking back and forth. You could always turn your mat to be perpendicular to me. And side to side. Or just do your own thing. So we're getting into our hips here. And then once you've done that a few times, come back to center. Let your head hang heavy. Think about stretching your hamstrings, but keeping the weight in your entire foot so you're not rocking back. And then lift yourself up just a little bit. Walk your hands back to the left, coming back into your low lunge. Slide your left leg back. You are in plank. Go through your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Baby cobra. Coming through tabletop using your abs. And then lifting yourself back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. We're going to slide our right leg forward, coming into our low lunge. Nice. Once you're feeling comfortable here, reach your arms forward on a 45-degree angle, coming into your power lunge. You're pressing down through that right foot. You should be able to feel it through your thigh and your glute. And now inhale up to high lunge. Breathe here. We're going to rotate, opening into warrior two. Right knee bent. Gazing over your right fingers. Nice. Straighten your front leg. Let your fingers touch overhead. Flying warrior. And then exhale, float back down. I have to say the breeze is really nice tonight. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. We're going to stay here for a few breaths, so prepare yourself for this. You can always come up and out and melt back in if you need to, make any adjustments. And now bend your right arm, bring it to your right thigh, and circle your left arm down and up, opening yourself into your side angle. Sitting your right hip a little bit lower, finding the triangle shape between your body, your leg, and your arm. Nice. Now bring your left hand down towards your right foot and then walk yourself into a forward fold. Both feet reaching towards the long side of your mat. Bend your left knee, walk your hands over towards your left ankle, and then come back through center. Bend your right knee. So a side to side lateral lunge. There you go. If you have the flexibility to keep your hands in center, or if you want to lift them up and float them, because why not? Give it a try. Come back to center, plant your hands, fold forward, coming into a deep, wide-legged forward fold. Rest here. And now walk both hands over to your right foot, coming into a low lunge. Slide your right heel back. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, straight into chaturanga. Maybe you're doing a couple extra push-ups. Upward facing dog. And then we will all meet in our downward facing dog. Breathe here. Nice and slow. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Slide your left foot all the way up. You're back in your low lunge. Come up onto your fingertips. Square your hips down to the ground. Press into your right toes. Reach your arms out. Power lunge. Breathe here. Come all the way up to high lunge. Bend your back knee. Can you tap the ground and then straighten it back up? What? Bend your back knee and straighten it back up. We're gonna open into our warrior two, letting our hands melt nice and wide. Breathe here. Straighten your legs, let your fingertips touch overhead, flying warrior. And then exhale back down. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. See if you can take your right hand and bring it behind your back onto your left thigh. And now float all the way down, side angle, left arm and left thigh. Try a bind. Can you reach your left arm down and under, finding those fingers that you just left there? Breathe here, feeling the opening through your hips, through your torso. And then when you release, walk yourself into that forward fold, both toes pointing towards the long side of your mat. Breathe here. Place your left hand down, twist up and open to the right. Bring your right hand down, twist up and open to the left. Bring your left hand down. Turn your heels in, gently bend your knees and roll yourself up into your goddess pose. If you can bend your elbows in cactus, go ahead and do that. Now think about opening through your entire body. Shoulders relax away from your ears. Belly button is engaged, tail is lengthening. Maybe you add a gentle sway. Breathing here. And now straighten your legs, reach your arms, coming into a giant star pose. And you're gonna cartwheel yourself all the way down into a low lunge. Slide your left leg back, go through your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Pedal your down dog out. Whew. All right, other side. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Slide your right foot all the way up. You're in your low lunge. Step one, come up onto your fingertips so you found some core strength. Once you have your balance, reach your arms out in front of you. Once you have that, lift up, high lunge. Breathe here. Open your arms out to the side. Pause here. And then bring them back up. Open into your warrior two. Looking over your right foot. Breathe here. Straighten your legs. Fingertips touch. And melt back into your warrior two. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back. Peaceful warrior. So nice. Hold it here. And then bring your left hand behind you if you can, reaching for your right thigh. Come all the way through to side angle, right arm on right thigh. And then if you can, reach for the bind, bringing your right arm down and under, opening your heart, pressing against that bent leg, gazing up over your left shoulder if that's available. Breathe here. As you release the bind, bring your hands to the ground, walk yourself to the left, coming into a forward fold. Plant your right hand down, twist up to the left, reach. Look up to your sky or your ceiling, and then bring the left hand down and twist up to the right, lifting the right arm up to the air. And then float the right arm down. Turn your heels in, bend your knees, roll yourself up into your goddess pose, bringing your hands into your cactus if you can. Add in a little sway if it feels good for you. If you like to do a little pulse here, you can do that. But really explore this opening through your chest, through your torso. Nice. And now we're going to cartwheel ourselves all the way back down into our low lunge. Slide our right leg back into plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Breathe here. 3 breaths, allowing us to reset. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee. Open your hip to the left. While your left knee is reaching up to the air, rotate your right ankle in one direction and then rotate it in the other direction. Extend your left leg back into that 3-legged dog. We're going to draw our knee into our chest, holding here, lifting it up a little bit more, and now bring the left knee to the left wrist, setting up for pigeon. Laying your shin down on the mat, letting your right leg walk back. Holding your torso up, pressing away from the mat. And then start to slowly melt yourself down. So you might need to shift your right leg back a little bit longer, come down onto your forearms, or maybe you've already slid all the way into your pigeon. You can stack blocks, pillows, maybe you need some cushion under your left hip, but come all the way down and try to let go, however you can. So maybe it helps if you count your breaths, counting your inhale is 1 and your exhale is 2. Maybe you can just think about the rising and the falling. Noticing the other sounds in your space. Reach your leg back a little bit further, make any adjustments that you need to, and resettle into this pose. And breathe.
We'll stay on this other end.
Start to slowly press yourself up, coming into an upward position. If you can, spread your fingers nice and wide. Maybe your arms are bent. That's fine. They don't need to be straight, but see if you can start to bend your back leg just a little bit. Finding some stretch in your hamstring. Maybe you can reach your right arm back, finding your right foot, holding on to it, looking over your shoulder, other arm. There we go. Okay.
It's easier the other way.
Then do it that way. Looking back. And then release. You're going to curl your right toes under. If you can, lift yourself up in one breath, floating your left leg up behind you. I'm standing in a hole. And then float the left foot down, coming into your downward facing dog. It's gorgeous patio, and I found the one spot that has a loose stone. Gently pedal right to left. And now float your float your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, reach it up to the sky. Rotate your ankle in one direction. Rotate your ankle in the other direction. Extend your right leg back into three-legged dog. Draw your knee into your chest. We're going to hover here just for a breath. And then draw your right knee to your right elbow, slide it down to your wrist, setting yourself up for pigeon. Slide your left leg back. You can dive right on down into pigeon if that's where you are. If you need to slowly go into it, that is fine too. Take your time. Working your way down, coming onto your forearms, and then bringing your forehead down as low as you can. Again, if you need a pillow or a cushion under your hip, maybe you need to build up a tower for your forehead, but find a way to really relax and let go if you can. Count your breaths. Sink into your surroundings. Yeah, I probably should have said this earlier. If pigeon is really uncomfortable, you can lie on your back and take figure 4. See if you can readjust, extend your leg, maybe get deeper into the pose, feel your hips open a little bit more. And now start to slowly walk yourself back up onto your arms. See if you can straighten your arms, rotate them, open your chest, feel the back bend. Breathe here. And start to bend your left leg, bending and straightening, playing around with what kind of mobility you have. And then if it's possible, reach your left arm back for your left foot. I can't do it on this side, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep bending my left leg, looking back over my left shoulder. Someday they will meet and connect. Hold. And then slowly release, press your left toes into the mat. If you can, press up into a three-legged plank, extend your leg back and up into a three-legged dog, and then float your right foot down, coming into your down dog. Breathe here. Walk your feet as wide as your mat, coming towards the center. And then start to slowly sit your hips down, coming into your squat. If you can, if it's available, bring your arms, outer arms to your inner knees. Let your tailbone drop, lift up, open your heart. If you're not down this far, that's fine. Use a block, be up on your toes. If you want to take a crow practice, go ahead and do that here. So bring your hands out in front of you. Bring your knees as close to your armpits as possible. And float your toes up, or maybe bring them up one at a time. Stay in your squat. Take a few more breaths, and then we will all meet in a seated position, bringing our feet into cobbler's pose or butterfly. Hold on to your ankles and let your back round a little bit. Ooh, letting it all go. And then inhale, roll forward just a little bit, opening your heart. And then exhale, round. And inhale up. From this straight position, extend your legs out in front of you. Slide your right foot up onto the ground. Lift your right leg up and across. Hook your left arm around your right knee, and then swim your right arm behind you. Lift up. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. As you inhale, see if you can lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. If you can keep your spine straight, explore lifting your right hand and bringing it to your left hip. Breathe here. On your exhale, start to unwind. Come all the way over to your left for a little counter twist. Come back to center. Uncross your right leg, extend it out in front of you. Slide your left knee in. Lift your left leg over. Hook your left knee with your right elbow and swim your left arm all the way behind you. Lengthen up, exhale, twist. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Breathe here. One more breath. And then counter twist all the way over to the right. Come back to center. Both feet on the ground, knees to the air. Reach your arms forward. Slow roll down to a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet in so you can tickle your heels. Spreading your arms on the ground, pressing into your feet. We're going to roll up into a bridge pose, lifting up. Hold here. Lifting up your lower, your middle, your upper back, coming into this back bend. If you would like, interlace your fingers so that you can bring your shoulders closer together, creating an even deeper back bend. Release your fingers and slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Letting your knees come in to touch each other, and you can walk your feet a little bit wider if you want. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Let your eyes close. And feel the breath and the life move throughout your body. Release your hands back down to the ground. Bring your feet underneath your knees. We'll take a second bridge pose. If wheel is in your practice and you would prefer to take a wheel pose now, absolutely do that. You're going to join me in a second bridge. We're going to start to peel our hips, our middle back, our upper back up to the ceiling. We're thinking about keeping our legs parallel and our shins are moving towards our big toes. Interlace your fingers behind your back, maybe the other thumb on top this time, and see if you can shimmy your shoulder blades together. Press your forearms into the mat so that you can create more space through your back. And take 3 more breaths here, or if you're in wheel. And now slowly start to release, lowering down 1 vertebra at a time. Letting your knees tuck in, walking your feet to the edge of your yoga mat. Bringing 1 hand to your belly, 1 hand to your heart. Feel the life moving throughout. Draw your knees into your chest, holding on to the outer edge of your kneecaps or your shins. And then bring your legs, your knees out to your armpits, and then make circles, circling your knees, massaging the lower part of your back. Nice. And then go circles in the other direction. And if you would like, take a happy baby. So you flex your feet, you reach for the outer edges of your feet, and then press the soles of your feet up towards the sky, bringing your knees in towards your armpits. Maybe from here, you want to stretch 1 leg or both legs. It's completely up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. There's any poses that we haven't taken tonight that you really want to do, take some time right now to do those. And then we'll make our way into our Shavasana, extending 1 leg and then the other, extending your arms away from you, finding length in your spine, lifting your tailbone up and letting it lengthen. Take a big inhale and then sigh everything out. Take another big long inhale and sigh it all out. On the next inhale, as you breathe in, I want you to tense up every part of your body, squeezing everything in, tensing it up. And then on that big exhale, sigh and relax it all away. We'll do that 1 more time. Breathe in, tense everything up, draw it all in towards your center, squeeze, and then exhale, release it all into the ground. Let it all go. And we'll move into some stillness. So close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Let your breath slow down. If you have the time, stay in your Shavasana longer. If not, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe reach your arms up overhead, taking a big, long, full body stretch. And then slowly rolling onto one side. When you're ready, press yourself up into a seated position. Finding a seat that's comfortable for you. Nice and tall in your spine. Reach your arms out and up, gathering in all the energy, and then draw it through your center, past your mind, past your eyes, past your mouth, all the way to your heart where you can lock it in. Breathe in. On your exhale, bow to yourself. Thank yourself for your hard work. I thank you all for coming and I appreciate you. And no class next week. So I will see you all in 2 weeks. Enjoy your Memorial Day.